Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I am Luoya. Today, I'm bringing you two versus factory Green Dial Daytonas. As you can clearly see, one is 18,000 gold wrapped and the other is gold plated. The 18,000 gold wrapped version has a more natural and delicate texture with a subtle champagne gold hue. The gold plated version, however, has a deeper, more saturated color. Visually, it looks less natural compared to the gold wrapped one. This is one aspect, but it's also what some enthusiasts look for in terms of texture. There are noticeable differences. Regarding the crystal, this one features an upgraded high transparency sapphire. The other is the stock versus crystal. The upgraded one is significantly more transparent. It allows for a much clearer view of the dial. Let's elaborate on why versus factory's weighted version has gained such high recognition. It is currently the only version that maintains all original data and case thickness after weighting. The thickness and dimensions remain completely unchanged and unmodified. Other versions claiming 150 grams plus might achieve the weight, but they use tungsten steel. Tungsten steel is unsuitable for gold wrapping as it leads to fading or peeling. The Versus version ensures no discoloration or peeling. More importantly, it preserves all the technical dimensional data of the watch. This is the most commendable feature. Now, let's look at some dial details. Observe the floriated style solid center pinion. Many people have a misconception about the solid center pinion. They think it just means being completely sealed, but that's not entirely correct. The principle is that it extends from the movement to the hands, filling the pivot hole. Versus has perfectly executed this floriated design, looking like a blooming flower bud. The dial printing has a great oily texture with an excellent anti-reflective finish. The 3D logo is rounded and well-defined. The red text is particularly striking, making the whole watch look very spirited. Especially with the 18,000 gold wrapping, the contrast is superb. The CD patterns in the subdials and the track style markings are very refined. At 6 o'clock, you can see the laser-etched crown on the crystal. The Rehaut serial number correctly starts with the letter W. The dial color is also a perfect match for the 18,000 gold wrapped case. It looks very authentic. Regarding the movement, it houses the Dandong 4131 integrated movement. Let's test the chronograph functions: start, stop, and reset. The pusher feedback of the Dandong movement is very pronounced. Listen to that, it's a very crisp sound. Unscrewing the crown, it pops out automatically. Winding is smooth. The power reserve is approximately 75 hours. All subdial functions work perfectly in sync with the original. Even after gold wrapping, the case thickness remains unchanged. Because before wrapping, the original plating must be stripped before the 18,000 gold is applied. Therefore, the final thickness and dimensions are 1-to-1 with the original. The weight is also significantly increased to a substantial level. Finally, let's do a side-by-side color and texture comparison. The difference between gold plating and gold wrapping is quite obvious. The gold wrapped version provides a much more premium feel. It can be worn in any setting without any pressure. Check the clasp details, the 7 CD engraving, and the inner serial numbers. The polished center links and the weight, everything feels very high-end. Alright, that's a brief overview for this video. See you next time!